The Emperor has been expecting you.
Hi everyone and welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and you're very welcome to episode number 44 of The Hope Show. Can't believe we're actually at 44 episodes now. And you know what? I think I speak for everyone when I say,
let's fucking go.
I don't know if you're excited, but I'm really excited about what happened today. Right, so let's bring in some of these people. We got Calvin, the low-key collector. We have Mike L. The Phoenix has returned. Thanks very much for being here, Mike. And we have Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. Gentlemen, here we go. I thought I was watching it there for a second. How are you doing this evening, gentlemen? Are some people excited about various different things?
Yeah, it's been a good day so far. Can't complain.
Absolutely.
Yeah, same. Very excited.
Not bad for a Monday. Not bad for a Monday. What's that sound? That's the sound of sweet beer being opened up.
Sounds like something I'd get in trouble for.
I gotta go to work, so this is just like an energy water thing.
Well, I figured. I thought it was a beer. I hear that sound. I think it was a beer. I figured it probably isn't Calvin.
Right. Yeah.
I suspect Ian at the most times. But thanks for joining us, folks. Great to see the return of Calvin and Mike. And yeah, what type of drink is that? You say, Mike? Is that sugar drink or is it energy drink?
I'm going to blame my wife for this one. It's called the Bubbler, and it's antioxidant sparkling water. It's got caffeine in it, so I grabbed it just before we jumped on.
It has the most important ingredient, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, folks. So look, we got a lot to discuss. Like, it's definitely one of those better days when there's an absolute truckload of news. So all right, folks, we'll address the chat first of all, and then we'll get straight into one of the topics. So as usual, massive thank you. We've got 30 channel members at the moment. Thank you very much. I do appreciate that if you're one of the 30 channel members, or if you just wanted to subscribe as well. It's greatly appreciated if you're here just watching. If you want to become a channel member, as usual, the link to join and become a channel member is pinned in the live chat. So much appreciated. No obligation, but it is appreciated. We got Toy Collector. Happy Monday all. Lots to talk about today. Absolutely, you said it. Looking forward to the show. We got Noble Young. Thanks very much for being here. Talia Mar from Germany, I believe. Bubba Fettuccini. Did I send you a link, or I'm not sure if you're available now to come on, but if you are, I can shoot you the link. But maybe, I think you said you weren't available this Monday. I have it at the back of my head there somewhere anyway. Correct me if I'm wrong, or I can shoot you the link, or maybe if you're not available now, definitely at a later date. I do appreciate you being here, and of course, channel member as well. We got Ian, aka Ancient Silver Fox. He's a channel member, panel member, regular here, one of the cornerstones of the show. Thank you very much for being here as usual. Brad with an interesting piece of information that apparently INART have sold out all the Paul figures, not directly from source. So that probably means they're actually gone. Time will tell. Tragedy Tales, thanks very much for being here, channel member. We got Dark Bane as well. Hello there. Today started with some awesome news. Pre-ordered Revenant Starkiller exclusives from Sideshow. I think a lot of people pre-ordered straight away. We got Chill with the Lil. Thanks very much for being here. Dart Tamers stopping by to say hello. Do appreciate that. Thank you very much. We got Loco Lou with his iconic What's Poppin' People. Obviously he says it a lot better than I do. We got Stanley here as well. Thanks for being here. We got Humble Man. We got Evil Sneaker. Well, if anyone is excited today, it is Steve. Evil Sneaker, I'd say, this is like Christmas for him, I'd imagine. Let us know your thoughts there, Steve. Collector Joey. Hello, Collector Joey. Always great you're here. Have you quit your job yet? I told you quit your job, then you come on here every Monday night, no problem. Thanks very much for being here, Joey. Got Christian Cooper. No fact checker. No, I've changed it. It's no longer the fact checker. Well, it's a fact checker when he's here, but I've actually called it, I think I'm rebranding it Face Off, in the hope that maybe he actually loses one day. We'll get to that. But he is the reigning champion. He's undefeated, but he's not here today, so we have to do a face-off instead of a fact checker. Yeah, look, Steve absolutely confirming that it is indeed his Christmas. Yeah, we are going to be talking about that Deadpool and Wolverine trailer, no doubt. We got Mario here as well. Absolutely great you're here as well. And another man, it's will be Christmas for you as well. Yeah, I received no link. I work while on the Hope Show is running. We'd love to be part of it. Well, any day that you have a day off, maybe hit me up on the Sunday if you know, and I'll sort you out. Greatly appreciated as well, you being here as well. Okay, so look, we're going to get straight into this, right? We're going to get straight into this, and I'm going to get Mike to pick, okay? So instead of, I'll go through the channel members later and all that kind of stuff, but straight away, Mike, you had a bunch of different things here, some of which you'll probably work out what they are, some of which you mightn't know, but what do you want to talk about first, or what do you want to do first?
Right, let's see here. I loved Face Off. I saw it 3 times in one day at the movies because we paid once and then just hid for the next 2 showings. And back in my high school days, So we'll start with that one. Some good memories.
Be honest. They showed this again for some anniversary 2 months ago, and you did the same thing.
Yeah, I did it in my 40s. Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah. Who cares? It's fine. I felt like a kid again. All right. So unfortunately, what that means is you have to face off against one of our guests, either Ian or Calvin. So pick one. What we're going to happen is we're going to give you each 3 questions each. We're going to give you a question of in what year did whatever film get released, who directed whatever movie, and then finally who played whatever character. So are you going to challenge Ian or are you going to challenge Calvin?
Do we have a volunteer?
Calvin. He's not right.
Calvin, your voice changed, but all right, yes, and you speak in the first person.
Right.
That's fine. So we'll choose Calvin.
It wasn't as deep as I'm used to it being, but okay, let's go.
So that's
You ken what I mean, Calvin? You ken what I mean?
That's challenge accepted. All right, we'll get this music going here. Okay, we got the suspenseful music. And the next thing I need to do, here we go. I need to sign in and make sure that I have my questions here. Okay. So who is going to... Mike, do you want to go first or do you want to go second?
I'll go first.
Okay. So the first question, if my memory serves me correctly, is in what year did... Oh yeah, switch over to the private chat just in case anyone... Yeah, if you switch over into the private chat just so no one... just in case someone is the first time in the chat and they type in the answer. So if you're in the chat, don't type in the answer, please. But in what year did the movie Face Off release?
I'm going to say 1997.
And you are correct. That's a great start. Right. So maybe this one is... Maybe he's the one. Maybe he's the one who's going to... If he defeats Calvin, does he have a shot against Jose? Time will tell. But we're not going to write off Calvin just yet. Calvin, your first question. In what year did the movie Fight Club release?
Is that 98?
Very, very close. It was actually 1999. So after one round for
God damn it, 99 was my first choice.
You were close. Same year as the Phantom Menace and the Matrix.
And the Matrix. And that's why I was like, no, those two came out in 99. It had to come out before that.
Good year for movies.
Yeah.
So at the end of round 1, Mike has the edge. Now we're back to Mike. Second question. Mike, who directed the movie Black Swan?
Oh my God, that's I know the guy. I know Aronofsky.
What was his first name?
Darren.
Oh, this guy. He's 2 for 2. He's putting you under pressure. Calvin, your second question. Who directed the movie Looper?
Oh, I have no clue. I can't remember last time I saw Looper.
Mike, by any chance do you know? You don't get a point for it, but...
That would be Rian Johnson.
Surprisingly, that's actually Rian Johnson, yeah.
Oh well, see,
So
we got the new competitor now. We know who to go up against, Jose. Now look who it is.
Hell yes.
I'm really interested. I don't think he's going to get his third question. I think this is a hard question.
All right, let's see.
So, 2 questions gone. It's 2-0. So we're going to ask Mike his final question. Who played Elliot in the movie E.T.?
Oh my God, he's It was a great performance, and he's been in those horror films, horror Netflix series.
The Haunting of...
Yeah. Oh,
Yes, he was. God damn.
gosh. I'm blanking on his name. It might come to me, but it's going to take too long for the... I can't remember.
Anyone on the panel know?
Nope, I know. I like those recent series though.
Yeah, they've been great.
Yeah, they were good.
Oh,
Yeah, I'd be
kill
still
me when you
haunted
say
by
it.
the memory of E.T. to be honest.
and Reese's Pieces.
His name is... I wouldn't have got this. I had to look it up today. His name is Henry Thomas.
Yeah.
And the final one, to claw one back, right? Calvin, in the movie GoldenEye, the James Bond movie GoldenEye, who played the character Xenia Onatop?
I don't remember. I know Halle Berry and Terry Hatcher were my favorite two, so but I know that neither one of those are it.
She it was a woman called Famke Janssen. I'm definitely butchering that name.
Oh yeah.
Famke
She,
Janssen.
She plays isn't it Jean Grey in X-Men?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't pronounce the name. So, Mike, you win this
God.
round. Maybe we've got to put you up against Jose.
Oh, I'm going to chalk it up to luck, but we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to bring this down again, get rid of that music, and change it up a little bit. Okay. So, all right. So the next day, look, Calvin. So we've done the we've done Face Off there. What do you want to talk about? Can you see the grid?
Let's get this Deadpool going. Let's talk about that.
Okay, excellent choice. All right. I'm going to put the spoiler warning up, folks. If you're watching, whether you're watching live or on the replay, I'm putting this spoiler warning up now, just in case you're the type of person that doesn't want to watch the trailers and avoid all spoilers. We are going to be talking about spoilers for the next probably, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. So, I'll flick through some of these images, and I'll start with Calvin. Sure, did you see the trailer, and what are your thoughts?
I was driving while watching it, so I may have missed some things, but from what I saw, I'm all in. I'm excited. I think they both said it once each. Let's fucking go. Let's get it in.
Absolutely, yeah. I love the fact that that's even a thing now. I'll just do a little whistle stop tour of the some of the stills from this particular trailer. The first trailer was a real teaser. This is your first kind of real trailer. So obviously, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds have been going back and forth for I don't know what, a year and a half now on their social media. Their relationship is it's kind of a marketing dream, to be honest. So they both put on their socials yesterday that that kind of hints that, not even hints, they're basically telling us the trailer is going to drop today. This is one of the photos. I just love this style. It's just so simple. Starts off, Hugh Jackman's character Wolverine he's just drinking in the bar, and then of course Deadpool comes in to try and recruit him, and there's a bit of a back and forth right from the first 30 seconds. This is not the MCU you've normally seen. They're dropping F-bombs left, right, and center. The humor is kind of what you'd expect from Deadpool, and especially I think these guys, they have great chemistry in their social media. I'd imagine their chemistry on set is going to be through the roof. So at some point then they introduce him to Paradox, and I think this is the floor of the TVA, and I just watched a few breakdowns today. So you have Wolverine unconscious on the ground, and Paradox seems to have a broken nose or something up with his nose while he's talking to Deadpool. We kind of had clips of this kind of weird kind of it's almost post-apocalyptic kind of a wasteland with kind of different pieces from the Fox universe and I think MCU as well, and different things in the background. And you still see him now. He has the sleeves on. Okay, that's what he's saying, LFG. And then I just love this shot. I just think it's just bloody cool. Big fan of the suit here. So obviously have some sort of shoot. He's actually shooting him in the sides during this particular shot. I thought that was quite funny. This is dog poo. Isn't that correct? And I believe there's baby poo and head poo. I think there's 4 and I think I'm missing one. Possibly there's rumors that his wife, Blake Lively, is going to be playing is it Lady Deadpool?
Yeah. Yep.
One of the breakdowns I saw was that in the first trailer, someone's using Uzis and he doesn't use Uzis, and they think maybe because she does, that's a possibility. This is Cassandra Nova. Again, I'm not too familiar with the comics, but from what I understand, she is Charles Xavier's twin. They were in the womb together, and Charles Xavier knew she was evil, so literally killed her in the womb. Just crazy, but thought he killed her. She actually survived. And it's weird, in one of the clips, it's really quick, she looks like a very skinny version of James McAvoy, and I'm like, is that like something they've done? Because I literally, when I saw that, I thought it was a skinny version of James McAvoy, which I
kind of saw that too. Yeah,
weird. I wonder did they
maybe put a little something in the little face merge or something?
Yeah,
you know,
I think because I know that, say, like in I think there's one of the Harry Potter movies where he kind of gets starts looking like a little bit like Voldemort because they're connected, and his nose gets a bit funny. It's something very subtle. Like, you can't really I couldn't really put my finger in it, but for the first, I thought, is that a skinny James McAvoy, or have they mapped his face onto her? It definitely worth a second watch. Apparently this is from the comics, where they see in one of the comics there's a Giant Man, it's obviously Ant-Man, who's blown up, but it's just a skeleton. So I think that's where they're getting the influence from this. But this is, you can see his teeth and stuff like this. So it's not just the big Giant Man suit. There's actually his remains inside it, which is completely messed up. Apparently this is her lair. And then towards the very end, I'm obviously skipping bits and pieces, but towards the very end, they're jumping into this like portal, which is made by a sorcerer supreme, or maybe who knows, some sort of a sorcerer. Maybe it is Doctor Strange, or maybe it's Wong. Who knows? Could be Ned. You never know. But there is definitely, it's the same kind of portal we've seen before in the likes of Endgame and stuff like that. Now when they show from this side, so you obviously jump out of this, looks like, I don't know, the eye or something of Ant-Man. I think they're jumping from Ant-Man, and they're jumping into this portal. There's a lot of speculation that usually these portals you can see where they're going, but now they've blurred it out, obviously because they don't want to give something away. Maybe they're jumping into Endgame, which would be just mind-blowing stuff. You just don't know, like. Sorry, so Calvin, like, that's the kind of summary. You said you watched it. Do you have any more thoughts on it, or I presume you're just seeing dollar signs when you see this and how your wallet's going to get attacked?
As far as figures go, I mean, I already have 2 Deadpools, so honestly, if I could just get this version of Hugh Jackman in the suit, I'd be happy with that.
Yeah. And the thing is, we don't know, like, who else is going to be in it. We don't know.
We have no clue. Yeah, that's
we have no clue. True. So it could be dangerous. And this is the big MCU movie, the only MCU movie of. It's a nexus. It's an MCU, but it's also like, you know, it even though it's very much a Deadpool and Wolverine, it could be kind of like Deadpool 3. I mean, people are saying it's not actually Deadpool 3, that it's Deadpool Wolverine. It's kind of its own thing, and there will be another Deadpool movie which is technically Deadpool 3. Maybe this is kind of like, you know, the way you have like Captain America 1 and 2, and then you have like Avengers movie or whatever. It could be kind of like that. But Ian, what do you think?
Well, my plan was not to watch the trailer. I normally do, but I think Marvel give away so much. But I did watch it. I caved in and I watched it. So
I'm glad you watched it, and and just let me go on that breakdown.
I know I'd be like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Plus, there's a couple of other Easter eggs that are in there when I seen a couple of things that were quite funny. I'm absolutely excited about this movie. I really am, but I don't want to be overexcited and let down. But Robert Meyer Burnett talked about the number of characters that are in this movie, and that worries me. So I'm quite glad that my Marvel collection's on a downscale now, because I think if somebody was all in on Marvel, this will hurt you bad, from what I hear, from the number of cameos, etc. But the trailer looks great. I love, and I'm actually curious. It's R-rated. I'm curious how well it will do at the box office. It will do well at the box office, but there's no. It's R-rated. I'm curious about this.
Like, if the likes of Joker can make, what did it make, $1 billion, or I think, is the Joker the most best? Is it the best performing R-rated movie of all time, or is it? That was one or the other. I think Joker made $1 billion.
I think it's Joker, and then there were some caveats to that, but I think the Joker, I think it is now of all time the highest grossing R-rated movie.
Because I would argue that this has more mass appeal, because you're gonna get I'd say a teenager would rather see this than the likes of a movie than Joker,
Yeah, like a parent is more likely to bring their 12-year-old to this than the Joker.
Probably.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. But then again, the Joker, certain bits from the trailer, it's going to be violent, and there's going to be a lot of slapstick, and there's going to be all that kind of stuff. There's going to be swearing and toilet humor, whatever you want to call it. With the Joker, some of the ads made it look like a really highbrow piece of art, which it was a piece of art. But then again, the scene when he kills your man was as graphic as it gets. You know what I mean?
Did any of the Joker movies show such graphic violence in the trailers? I'm trying to remember.
I don't think so.
So in this trailer, they've shown some form of violence and narcotic use or references.
Was there?
And that's
the joke in the end. Yeah. That was yeah. I suppose he does actually stab him with the claws in the crotch. I was surprised they showed that.
Yeah.
In the trailer, you know what I mean? Because well, maybe there's a watershed and the trailer comes after 10 o'clock. What's your in the States? Usually?
It's after 8 o'clock. But also, this trailer we're all viewing is a YouTube thing, so I'm curious to see what they show on television. Is that what you were asking, Shane?
Say it again.
Is that what you were asking?
About the bit before that, sorry.
The trailer we're all talking about is what we saw on YouTube, which is often different than the cut you'll see on television.
Yeah, no, what I was saying is if it's an R-rated movie, are you allowed to show it during the day? Or do you have to show a different cut during the day, kind of like what you're saying?
Yeah, I think it's you're talking about trailers on TV, or just when the movie. Oh yeah. I think it's 8 o'clock is the cutoff where they start showing more mature content, if that's even a thing anymore. But I know it was a few years ago.
And Jose is saying there's a bunch of minor characters from various X-Men movies in the shots you're showing. I think was it the one where they show Ant-Man's kind of head and shoulders, the giant man, should I say? I think there was who's the character who can the guy who, oh my god, the guy who runs really fast, I can't remember his name.
Quicksilver?
Is it Quicksilver? Yeah, he's actually in one of the shots, I think.
Okay.
There's another character I completely drawn a blank. The lizard guy, he kind of disappears and reappears.
Nightcrawler or
Nightcrawler?
I think is Nightcrawler in it. I saw a breakdown today. I think they said he was in it. Maybe Jose let us know there.
I haven't seen a breakdown or anything. I just watched the trailer once, quickly. So I don't know. Yeah,
I was. I gotta say, I watched it a few times now. I was very happy with it. Just the first one was a bit of a teaser.
Yeah.
This one just kind of. Yeah, this is kind of like what I expected the first one to be, if that makes sense.
See, Rick, I was thinking the Ian.
Yeah, go on.
I was thinking the Ian approach. I was like, I want to go in fresh, but then I was like, that's going to be impossible. With Instagram and everything, and why not just enjoy the fun with everybody and dissect the hell out of it? So, yeah, I'm going to rewatch it a million times, and then watch the new rock stars or whatever happens to be your preference of dissecting these things, right?
Yeah.
These guys put up videos within 5 minutes of these trailers.
It's so impressive. They're heavily edited as well. They have to have a team. They must have they must know exactly okay, you're in charge of editing, you're in charge of lighting. It must be just bang. And I'd say they even get stuff beforehand so they can go, okay, these theories are right. We can talk about these. Who knows? But with the whole, in terms of the cameos, that doesn't bother me at all. It all comes back to, is the story good? Is the action good? Is the humor good? Is it executed well? Any other cameos, that's just a bonus and stuff like that. And also, the less cameos, the less bloody Hot Toys, the safer the wallet is. I mean, for me, I think I might actually entertain the thought of getting a second Deadpool. We'll see what happens, because they're probably going to give him the face sculpt we haven't got before. You know, and especially if the movie is really, really good, then even just the two of these would be a great representation of it. But if the movie, if the movie sucks, which I don't think it will, he's kind of. I think I'd still get the Wolverine. I think it's just too. If like they're going to have to do this, surely.
Oh yeah.
Like surely it's it. Well, Hot Toys actually put up. They reposted the trailer on their official Hot Toys Facebook page that was posted. So I mean, that's like, yeah, look, we're aware of it. So I imagine that's going to happen. I imagine it's only a matter of time.
I have a question for you guys, real quick. Would you, as far as, because we know I'm hearing like Dazzler's going to be in it, maybe played by Taylor Swift. There's tons of rumors, right? Would you guys like to see? Because I'm down for like as many characters you want to throw in there, but I really want a great story with Wolverine and Deadpool. So I don't want to be super distracted by all these other characters. Would you like?
Again, you really want what?
I really want to see a lot of characters. That's great, but I don't want to be distracted by them. I want the story to be a tight story about.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Right?
Couldn't agree with you more.
So
don't be shoehorning things in. It's their movie.
Exactly.
Like, 75% to more should be about them.
100%. So would you like to see it? Remember in Doctor Strange, where it was just like a 5-minute dump of all these characters in one scene with one thing happening, and then boom, we fly off somewhere else. Would that be satisfying, or would that feel cheap?
If the movie is good and it makes sense for those characters to make that quick appearance, and they always do it humorous, it could absolutely work. Because I think he's going to get away with, like Deadpool or Ryan Reynolds, they're going to get away with things that maybe other MCU movies wouldn't. Let's call a spade. Like, surely, I think one of the things I'm really looking forward to, we all want to see him wear the mask. Apparently that's more or less confirmed now. I want to see, how does he convince him to wear that? Yeah. Or is this a different Wolverine where it's still like Hugh Jackman and he's still a superhero, but it's like a remnants of a completely different one, as opposed to what we have, say, in Fox and whatever. You know what I mean? I'm wondering, will he still have the memory of Jean Grey?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, of course.
But if he's the same kind of like cantankerous Logan that we love, and he's still has memories of Jean Grey or whatever like that, there's no way he would have worn that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Know. Yeah.
So does he lose a bet? Does he know what happens? Like they could totally have a lot of fun with that. Like Yeah. So, Ian, are you like? I presume you're optimistic about this, but do you like? Are you expecting? Okay, I'm gonna start putting £50 aside every now and then to prepare for this, or are you going? Are you kind of going in with no? We'll just get the Wolverine, call it a day, move on.
Oh, I've been collecting a long time. I like to say that what I say now is what happens down the future, but experience tells me that that's not the case. But as I said before, my Marvel collecting figure-wise is on a certain path. I've got a lot and only want certain things. Regardless of how good this movie is, I'll only pick up certain characters, Wolverine being one. And like you, Shane, I think I may pick up another Deadpool. So they can throw as many at it as possible with all these other characters. There's other X-Men figures that I want to see that I don't think will be in this, that I would like to add. So I've got a little list that's there, and I'll collect that no matter how good this movie is. And it will, I believe it will be good, but I'm trying not to get too excited about it.
Yeah. All I want, like, in terms of the standard, like, they set the standard in Deadpool 1 and 2. I actually love Deadpool 2. I think I prefer Deadpool 2 to Deadpool 1, to be honest. And I know that's probably unusual, because I think a lot of people probably prefer the first one. But I just thought they just took a solid start and a solid origin story and just kind of elevated it. And I love how Josh Brolin played the character Cable. Yeah, he wasn't a huge, absolutely honking juggernaut like that he's portrayed in the like he portrayed in the comics. But on the upside, his feet were normal, so there's that, you know. So there's a little clip. I didn't catch it in the trailer because it's really quick, but it's like, I'm guessing it's the part of the movie where at this stage they're working together and they're fighting other people they're fighting together as opposed to fighting each other. And the background, it said like Liefeld, only feet. So it's like a shoe shop or something. Great. I don't know what it is, or maybe it's a foot masseuse place, whatever. But it's a little Easter egg, a little nod. Like I thought that was hilarious. So that was brilliant.
That is great.
But I couldn't see it like in the main clip. Someone pointed out. I thought that was a nice little.
Yeah, that was clever.
I gotta look at that.
This is the movie I am most hyped about. Like I'm looking forward to Joker 2. I'm looking forward to the Quiet Place prequel. I'm looking forward to Batman 2, but this is the movie that, while I never want to get hit by a bus, I really hope if that's in my future, that it happens after July 26th. That's what I'm saying, right? Okay, so, and touch wood, that never happens to me or anyone watching.
I'm with you. I'm super excited for this one. You know what else is really exciting about this for figures, though? Like, we've never seen the X-Men in their comic version. So even if people aren't into the Deadpool universe, or even if they don't like this movie at all, you might get Cyclops in a blue suit with a yellow bandolier. You might, you know what I mean? So it could be your opportunity to get those comic characters you've always wanted from Hot Toys as opposed to third party.
Are they jumping into that thing they're jumping into? That surely they blurred out where they're going. Those portals, they open and you can see right into them. When one of them opened in that bloody kitchen in No Way Home, and you saw, you lost your mind because you knew who's jumping out through it, like, but you could see into it, and that was the kind of cool thing about it. So I wonder, are they jumping into like the new MCU X-Men, like the new Cyclops, the new Beast, the new, maybe even the new Wolverine? Because let's face it, like, it's great Hugh Jackman's back, but he's not going to be the MCU needs X-Men.
Yeah, they do. It would be great if they really take this opportunity in a way that DC did not with The Flash. I thought that film was going to like give a new life to this universe, and he was going to introduce us to like the next wave of these new actors playing these characters. A few years ago, that's what we thought. It was going to be a reset. I really hope this is like a reset for the MCU.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking forward to. Just introduce.
And even he touched on it in the first trailer. He said, "I'm Marvel Jesus."
Yeah.
And then do you know, like even the Madonna song, "Like a Prayer," you know. So maybe that's exactly what they're doing. But you know, actually going back to your original point about would you rather have them threaded? I suppose I'd rather, if there are cameos, which I'm not seeing this movie for cameos. That's just a little bit of an extra treat. That's an Easter egg or whatever. I just want story to be good. I want like the dialogue to be funny, snappy, which I'm sure it will be. The humor to be on point, the action to be on point, visually look good. That's what a good bloody movie, good story. The cameos, they're bonuses. But back to your original point, I think I'd rather if it happens organically, where it actually had an effect on the story.
Okay.
It wasn't just like, oh, here they are. But thing is, he probably gets away with doing that because of who he is. Like,
he does, yeah.
Like in the second Deadpool when they made reference,
Brad Pitt.
or things like that, or even they were talking about like the X-Men that were in the movies, and like, what was the budget cut? We couldn't get anyone else, or you know. So yeah, I'm. People were buzzing today because of those Star Wars drops, but because I know really nothing about them, I can't get hyped about them. I'm hyped about this.
Me too.
But look, does anyone have closing thoughts? Are you still with us there, Calvin? I think you dropped out and then popped back in, or I'm not sure.
I'm here. I'm working, so I'm just trying to make sure
no problem. Just chime in
here
whenever you want to make a point.
Gotcha.
So, Ian, Mike, anything else to add on this?
Well, I'll just say, as somebody that hasn't been collecting as long as you guys, I missed the initial, like, all of that MCU hype from a few years ago. I missed all those figures and never really went backwards. So for me, this is going to be really, really cool, because it won't be a repeat of any character I have, and I don't have a Deadpool. So I have Deadpool in like the 112, the Mezco, and those are great, but I really love to have them in a 6 scale. So this is going to be all fresh stuff for me.
Yeah, and I think it's like, I mean, it probably will be, I know that the definitive is kind of, we always make jokes about like, what's the definitive whatever, but if the suit is going to be slightly different. It's going to be it's going to be slightly different. I think is it a darker or it's a brighter red, really, isn't it? they probably, surely they've done like this. Be third Deadpool. Surely they're going to do that bloody hamburger head, proper head sculpt.
That'd be cool.
And then what do you really want? Minimum 2 guns, 2 katanas, a knife, and they'll probably throw in other stuff that's relevant. Maybe dog poo. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. So yeah, like that's it. You're kind of in the ground level in that, really.
Yep.
Okay, folks. So if you're just joining us, we've already discussed. We had a face-off there between Mike and Calvin because the fact checker is not with us today. He's living his best life in Coachella. He got to see Deftones. I was jealous. I saw them about 20 years ago in Dublin, but I prefer to see them in the sunshine. But there's a challenger here. So next time Jose's back and Mike is here at the same time, there's going to be head-to-head. Ian, what do you want to pick? What do you want to talk about?
I want to pick the movie, but let's pick a figure. I think we need a figure. Let's throw a figure in. Let's go for Raven.
Okay.
Let's go for the main event.
So I'm gonna share
There he is.
Raven. So I believe I think this is 270. I'm just going to check that to make sure I'm giving out the correct information. Sideshow were ready for this. They had them up very quick. All 3 of these kind of drops today. So they had, I want to make sure I get this right. This is kind of not really loading up for me.
They knew the hype for this.
They
today.
definitely knew, yeah.
It was up
well
early.
organized.
Yeah.
This is, sorry, it's just Sideshow doesn't seem to be wanting to load for me.
Yeah.
I believe it's 270, but I just want to make sure.
So. I've never seen that. Have you guys seen it go up? Typically, it's like 12 Eastern U.S., which I guess would be about 5 o'clock for you guys. I've never seen it go up that early.
They usually go up like really early in the morning in Ireland. Sorry, no, I'm wrong. We get the drops early in the morning or middle of the night, and then it's usually the next day they're on Sideshow, or maybe sometimes 2 days later. In the case of Indiana Jones, several weeks or months later.
Yeah.
I'm noticing on Sideshow this is 270, the same as Starkiller, and then BT1 is 220. But I'm noticing a little. I've never seen this before. It's a little black tag, and it says EX in white, which I presume like means exclusive or something like that. But
It's for the coin.
The coin, gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm with you. So what do you think of this? I think you picked it, Ian. You can start us off.
I'm similar to you, Shane. My love is on movies or films, live action, film. But there's a few deviations.
Catch your cell phone.
Go on.
There's a few deviations that I have, and this is 100% one of them. Darth Raven's got such an amazing story. To go from Jedi Knight to Sith Lords back to Jedi Knight. Put these characters in live action. Honestly, Shane, you'd be all over them if you don't know them.
I think so.
This
is
awesome.
is from. Did this originate in a game? Yeah. Is this VGM? No.
Yeah, from KOTOR. So Knights of the Old
Knights
Republic.
of the Old Republic. Gotcha. Okay. I can see the video game logo down here. Yeah.
And for me personally, they've done the figure great because the actual design of the figure, in my mind, is absolutely superb. I love the whole. I'm not saying it's like Knights Templar. There's little bits of the Knights. There's a little bit of Parisian, and there's a little bit of Egyptian theme in the whole dress, and I love it. It looks, for me, the best looking Star Wars 1/6 scale figure I've seen
incredible
to date, and I love it. I love the accent colours, the red. I love the storyline behind this character, and this figure prototype looks astonishing. Cannot wait to get this. Like, honestly, cannot wait. I'm super pumped, and I would love to see this in live action.
Yeah, man, and this is the type of one, they do this in live action and they'll either do another one or this one will go through the roof. I just have a few points on this. I didn't do a video on this. I probably will, but I just a few points I'm noticing. You're going to need CCFLs with this, folks. I think to get the maximum benefit out of this, just from someone who knows like little or nothing about this particular character, I think if I was getting this, I'd be getting the CCFLs because it's so unique to have. Okay, it's a dual wielding, lightsaber, a dual lightsaber wielding character, and they're different colors as well. And the purple is just going to look great. Yeah, that'd be my first point. The second point is that 270 is not bad. And the third point, I know that these coins are a big deal in the 501st. In the 501st, like all the different garrisons all around the world, they do these coin runs. They do these limited edition coins. So it could be like, 501st Irish garrison or something like that. I don't know, 5th anniversary coin, 10th anniversary coin, and they'll be very, very unique and limited. Like, and people go mad from them. Have entire books of this. And sometimes, like after a troop, in the group chat, what you have is a coin check, and people, they're home from the troop, they've took the armor off, and the feet are up, and they're having a drink, and they always put like a little coin next to their beer or whatever they're having. And so these coins, like, people trade them, people collect them. I presume they're metal, like, but that's a cool. That's pretty cool, I presume one of these is going to be harder to get. Which one of these? This is, you have to be at the event to get the red coin. Yeah. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's the hard one.
And you buy it on Sideshow, you get the gold one, yeah?
I think that's, yep.
I think the gold one is actually cooler, but the red one goes better with obviously the dark side theme and some of the paint apps. And look, if it's limited and it's gonna, but I'd say you'll probably, I'd be interested to see if they pop up. I'm sure they're gonna pop up in HK resellers and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I have a question. It kind of looks like almost a sharper Mandalorian style helmet under the hood. How much of that is? Did you ever see him like without the hood? What does the mask look like? And do you ever see him unmasked? Did anyone know the answer to that? Or
you know what? Yeah, Calvin, do you know? Or Ian?
I've not seen him without the hood, but unless I'm having a brain fart, he was in the original Mandalorian War, wasn't he? So
that is like,
I
gotta say, like, no. I know nothing about this, man, but this is one of those ones where it's like, I recognize how cool it is, and I'm really, really happy for the people. They actually give people what they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they teased something, people got excited, and then they did it. Like, you know what I mean? And this is a few weeks before May 4th, so they've done like, I know they usually drop the kind of good stuff a few weeks forward, but like, you know what I mean? Last year it was C-3PO and Vader, like before May 4th. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So people wanted this for ages. So this opens up the doors to Calcastus. Like, surely that's going to happen now. I mean, I suppose there's no likeness in this in Starkiller, but I gotta say, I think this looks amazing. What do you think, Mike? Did you play the game or?
He's frozen.
Are you frozen, Mike? I'll switch back to yourself. Did you play the game, Ian?
Yeah, played the game, and I think they've done a tremendous figure release here. It looks great. I love the copper paint apps that's on some of the photos that we've seen. It looks phenomenal. Big fan of this. So so I'm all in on this one. I've got here's the thing. If the panel in the chat, there's rumours about Keanu Reeves might have been Darth Revan. And that's what I'm saying. I'm pretty certain. Can the chat confirm, Mario? Darth Revan was in the first Mandalorian War, right? It's been a long day, but I think so. But But yeah, this looks great, and I think we'll see this guy in live action.
It's looking like that, isn't it?
I believe so.
Yeah. I think Calvin is... No, sorry, Mike has dropped out. I think he froze. He's dropped back in again. Mario, is this...
Yeah.
Good question. Is this the same music you use? I got this like copyright-free, like, I don't... Blade Runner background music or something like that. But Mario says, I'm not the best to ask either. Never followed Revan. I'm interested. Are you going to get this then, or do you have any interest in it, Mario? So Ian, you're in on this, yeah?
Yeah, and I think Mario's confirmed that he thinks, same as me, that he was in the first Mandalorian war. I'm 100% getting this. 100% getting this.
CCFLs?
This is a figure that would deserve it, particularly when you've got two different saber colours. That would just...
I really like the hilt on the purple one as well. It looks a bit different to what we usually get.
And that's the other good thing, that, you know, there are two different hilts that are on there. And
I like that as well. Kind of like the Ahsoka. I know they're both, like, from live action, they're both white blades, or white blades, but they're one of the blades are actually smaller, and then the hilt's actually smaller as well, and one of them's curved, so that's pretty cool. Calvin, what about yourself? Ian is definitely in on this. Are you in on this? And I know if you're getting it, you're going to get 2 CCFLs, but what's the plan, Ian? Or sorry, what's the plan, Calvin?
I'm all in on both of these.
So that's expensive, so 2 CCFLs, yeah?
Well, with Star Killer, that turns out to be 4.
Man, you need to...
I haven't made that decision yet, but these
oh, yes, you have. Yes, you have. You've absolutely made it. I can tell the tone of your voice.
And I believe it's been years since I've, like, actively dopoed something. Like, I'll wait a couple of days or maybe a week or something. I'll get around to it. This morning I woke up, I was like, yeah, I'm jumping on these immediately. So, yeah, I snatched both of these up quick.
Good stuff. Ian said he'd be back in 2 minutes. Good stuff. So that means Ian's in, Calvin's in, and look, I'll ask Mike when he returns. I think he's having an internet issue or something like that. I can't see in the background, but what do you want to talk about next? So we've had a chat about Revan. We've done Face Off. We've spoke about Deadpool and Wolverine. You still with us, Calvin?
Yeah, I'm right here. Sorry, this is a lot going on, so I'm trying to block it out with the mute. What was this droid called? TB1 or?
I'll get it there.
Let's go with the droid.
Okay, so the droid, who I believe is also up in Sideshow, no, definitely is up in Sideshow. It's called BT1, and it's from the comic books, and it's $220. So are you considering this as well, or do you know anything about this droid? I know nothing about this droid. I just read the blurb. It said he was in a comic book. I have no idea.
Not familiar with this one. And when I saw it last night before I went to bed, I was, that's kind of cool. I like the black and red colors. I kind of left it at that. And I think I saw Star Killer hit just before I fell asleep. Mm-hmm. And then I woke this morning with all the other hoopla going on. So, yeah, this one went way in the background for me. So I didn't worry about this one.
Yeah. So this is RT1. Or did I get that right?
Those colors would definitely pop on a shelf, though.
This is BT1. Sorry, I want to get in there before a fact checker fact checks me. So BT1.
You know he's coming.
Yeah, I call this this one when I saw I called it a R2 War Machine. To be honest, like on his left, on our right, that thing looks very similar. That's something you'd see in like a war machine. But yeah, look, it looks cool. I don't have any idea about it because I haven't read this particular comic. A lot of people are saying they have and the comic's good. I've absolutely no idea. So I'm just judging on the design. Yeah, the design's pretty cool. Obviously, I wouldn't be getting either of these. Just not something. These are days you're like, I'm happy for everyone else, but I'm also happy that I don't have to put my hand in my wallet. That's what I sum up. So, yeah. What about yourself, Mike? Are you in on Revan?
Hey, so yeah, sorry, my internet's I don't know
You're
crap right now, but so Revan and Starkiller, not to skip ahead to Starkiller, but do you guys have these things in your life where you're like, I know that is really good, and I know I'm gonna love it. I just haven't gotten to experience it yet. Whether it's a book series, a film, game, whatever. And that's how I am about Starkiller and Revan. Like, there's enough people in my life I trust who are like, dude, they're amazing.
Yeah.
So, but I just haven't. I'm currently playing Knights of the Old Republic on Switch right now, and it was a game I couldn't get into in the past because it's like a turn-based game. I just didn't like that gameplay. But I'm trying to get through it because I know the story is really good. So that's a long-winded answer to say I'm going to get them just because they look awesome, and I know how much they're beloved, and I don't want to miss them because eventually I'll fall in love with them. Does that make sense?
I get you. I get you.
Because they're coming out with a new Knights of the Old Republic game, and I played Force Unleashed back in the day, but I don't remember it too much. But the characters are strong enough that I don't want to miss out on them, and they look so good.
We're like the opposite on that one. I'm like, I don't love these now. I can barely afford to get the things I do love now. Therefore, I won't get these.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
that makes sense.
Like, in
Believe
terms
me.
of space, I'm running out, and there's only like the budget is like, okay, I gotta like revert back and go, okay, that 1973 Wolverine or the that INART Joker, or the Bane that's coming out or whatever. I it's a very slippery slope if I was to change my mindset on this. But there's a good comment here by Macho Grande. BT1 is an assassin droid, and 000 is it called? Is it how do you say it?
It's
Is it
000 or
Triple
Trip.
zero?
Or Trip,
Trip.
yeah.
Right, got that. Okay. Torture Droid were companions of Dr. Aphra in the Marvel Star Wars comics. Thank you. Good stuff. So
a little bit
in
on
the
that.
chat actually watch it? Or sorry, read the comic? Anyone in the chat read the comic?
So I read a few Dr. Aphra comics just during the books that were woven in and out of the... there was a series with that black-suited Boba Fett. And it was really good. And the comics are good. Like, Dr. Aphra is an archaeologist, sort of like the Indiana Jones of the Star Wars universe. Cool. And she freelances for Vader. So she's got an interesting story. And these characters are really well liked by people who read the comics. I didn't get deeper than the than that one series I read. But, they're cool. And I think they are making a lot of people really excited right now that they're going this deep. Because they'll probably release a Dr. Aphra, maybe. So we'll see. This
mold kind of reminds me of Chopper. Like if you got rid of all the guns and stuff like that and changed the color scheme, is
like
it the
an
same
R5?
size? Yeah, is it the same size as Chopper, or is it bigger? It looks a bit bigger, maybe, does it?
Taller, yeah. R5
Chopper's
Chopper shorter.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's not the same mold or anything. Actually, it's got a lot going on, and obviously light up functions and all that kind of stuff. Very much reminds me of War Machine Mark 1. Mixed with like an evil R2D2. But not for me, but I think people are hyped about it, so like how can you not be happy for people who are hyped about it? Anyone so you're picking this up, Mike, anyone else on the panel?
I'm skipping this one just because I have like almost no relationship to it, but I am gonna get Revan and Starkiller.
Gotcha. And Ian, where are you on BT1?
Yeah, BT1 Trip or Trip Double O, Treble O, whatever. I only read a little bit. I don't know much about this line. I actually really think it's cool, and there'll probably be a lot of hate when I say this, but from a display point of view, I would love to get these two next to the Inquisitors. It would look awesome. It would be in my little thing in my head. I just think it would look awesome. But
I don't think you're going to get hate for that.
No hate for that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They're like the same color scheme. It makes perfect sense to have them behind.
How dare you?
Unless maybe you're talking about Mario saying that's not canon. Do you know?
Oh, yeah.
But that's where the hate would come from. It's a different arc. It's a different
Mario.
arc.
Mario don't hate, man. Mario is a lover, not a fighter, man. You can tell.
That's right.
But for me, it would look, as a display, it would look awesome, and that's the only way I would pick these up. because I'm.
I
all
love
in
that little
on-
joke you just said there. You said from a display, Luke, it would look good.
It would look awesome.
Man, that was amazing, Ian. This is like
I'm here all week.
yeah.
These would look great with the black BB-8. Blanking on that droid's name, but
That's that's another. Yeah.
Mhm.
We may as well just complete the trifecta here. So, okay, I do know a little bit about this, only from listening to people talk about it a few weeks ago, and you expect to get it. This was, let me get this straight. Please correct me. I'm going to butcher this. I know people. Look, if there's ever a community that will tell you you've done something wrong, it's this. So this guy was Vader's apprentice, I believe.
Yeah.
Secret.
And I think was he a clone? There was multiple versions of this, but he was a bit too fond of the ladies. Am I
Sam
way off
Witwer,
about that? Am I way off about this? Was there?
I don't remember
something?
that detail.
No?
But
Did someone, please. I want to know if
I don't know that, but I like him even more.
that's our headcanon now. Yeah, that's.
But am I right that he was Vader's apprentice?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Am I right that there was multiple versions? This guy was like a clone. Did he get recloned or something?
That I don't remember, but could be.
Okay.
I don't remember that. All I know that he was Vader's secret apprentice to overthrow Palpatine.
Mm-hmm. And was there something that he? What's this from? Is this video game as well? Is this KOTOR as well? No.
Force Unleashed.
Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Sam Witwer played him in the motion capture.
Right.
So
then, was there something in the story where he kind of how does the relationship between him and Vader end? Like, does he go off in his own way, or what? They get distracted.
he dies. I guess it doesn't matter spoilers or anything, right?
No!
But he doesn't live forever. We'll put it that way.
No one does. No one does. You
Yeah,
just
I think-
spoiled 8 billion people's story.
Exactly. I'm sorry I just predicted everyone's future.
Damn
I
it!
hope I didn't make you depressed today.
Didn't realize Nostradamus was here with us, and there's even a crystal ball here.
Yeah, that's it. Sorry to break it to you guys.
Be as well getting Ricky
do you know
Gervais on
when?
here.
Do you know when? Because if you know when, I could make some really educated decisions over the next few years.
That I cannot reveal, but yes.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say you don't have yours, Shane. Don't worry
Shane.
about it.
Shane, you'll see Deadpool 3. I'll put it to you that way.
Okay, listen. I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he goes the year before the Battle of Yavin, I believe. Like, they were able to make it so that episode 4 can happen without, well, where is he during that time period? You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure he dies a year before the Battle of Yavin.
Okay. And Vader kills him in the act he portrayed the Emperor by taking apprentice. Yeah. So much hope. Oh, look at this. We're in for it now, folks. We are in for it now.
The
Randall,
deviant.
how are you? I presume, are you still hanging around with Costa, or how's that relationship going? Just wondering. He's a good guy. The two of you are good guys. Talking spoilers, didn't he kill Luke? I don't know. Calvin, we can hear you there. He's backing it up.
Calvin backed into a porta potty, it sounds like. Not
It's a forklift.
Sure, Calvin.
My truck's too damn big. I don't have a beep on my truck, damn it.
Yeah. So are you getting all 3 of these, Calvin, or is it just Starkiller and Revan?
Just Starkiller and Revan. I gotta be on my Shane a little bit. I can't get all 3. That's going 2 ends.
Yeah, man. That's,
On your
I think there was. I would say, if you could draw a graph of Sideshow dopos, I would say there's a serious spike in their analytics today. I'm seeing so many people like dopo.
Oh, they're throwing a party at the office today. They're pizza party for everybody today.
Go home early. Yeah. This is pretty cool though.
Mario, you made me think, or not Mario, Calvin, you made me think of what's that episode in Game of Thrones, right? Shane, Shane.
Oh yeah.
Shame.
That's all I'm gonna hear every time I order a figure I shouldn't order.
Thank you. You
Right.
just reminded me that I need to get that clip. So when someone says something silly, or mostly myself, we're gonna play that.
However, Mike L, I don't ever think of Calvin walking down the street naked and shouting shame. Right? This is blowing my
You
mind.
never thought of that? All right. I guess I haven't either. Then I guess I haven't either.
No, I had others on the walk of shame. I never took it.
Speaking of the walk of shame, if that isn't the best transition we've ever done, I don't know what is.
Oh, there you go. The walk of
I
shame.
knew you would take the bait. I knew he'd take it.
Yeah. No, that was teamwork. So,
That was awesome.
Yeah, we tried. So I'm hearing people saying that like it was a bit of a shame that they didn't give him bare feet so he could actually do the walk of shame. But then again, I think a lot of people I know didn't like that what they did with the character on the show and stuff like that. Well, look, I didn't think the show was good, but I think the figure of She-Hulk looks really good. I think they've nailed that. If it turns out as good as a prototype, I think while this might not be perfect, I still think it looks pretty cool. What can I say? I like the mustard, and I know it was a dark winey red or something like that. I just like that color combination, so I'm a bit biased here. I'm not gonna get it. I'm not a major Deadpool fan, although I did start rewatching the Netflix Daredevil show a few nights ago. 3 episodes in. I think I definitely watched the first 2 seasons back in the day, and I think I'd started the 3rd season. I don't think I ever finished it. I don't know why. But I forgot how bloody violent it is. Which is great, because it just shows you like the difference between it. This is not an MCU show. It's like the everything from eye gouging to just like him getting stitched up after getting beat up. But anyway, back to this. I'm just hoping rewatching the Netflix Daredevil show doesn't make me want to go and work backwards and get that. But anyway, this one here, I actually do like the mustard. I know it's not his main color or anything like that. I think the head sculpt isn't bad. I can see Charlie Cox there. I think the hair might be a bit soft in terms of the sculpt department. The suit is strange proportions in certain shots. I'll try to get one there. It looks like he kind of goes straight down from the... see the seam line on his right shoulder, where the dark kind of, I know, is it a burgundy or wine color meets the mustard. It's almost straight down, only tapers in a little bit towards the waist, which I think looks a bit weird. And I'm not gone in the likeness of him in the mask there, but what do you think, Calvin? Is this one that you're interested in, or do you have the original Daredevil one from the Netflix show, or any interest?
I do have the original with Punisher, so I can skip this one. I wish I had that head sculpt. I think that one looks pretty sweet. I'm sure I can find it somewhere.
Monkey Depot,
down the
True
line.
Anxiety. Yeah.
There's plenty of options. I'm sure it'll be out there somewhere. But yeah, that interests me. Other than that, the whole mustard and ketchup look, not a fan of it. I really look at this and start thinking about hot dogs, and now I'm hungry.
Well, isn't that how like they're marketing Wolverine as well?
Yeah.
And Deadpool, the ketchup and mustard.
Yeah.
And then you had
Right.
it's something about Hot Toys. They did an Incinerator Trooper and the Artillery
Right.
Trooper. That's ketchup and mustard. Now this is kind of a bit ketchup and mustard. Barbecue
Mustard
sauce.
and HP sauce, right, for you guys?
Yeah. Brown sauce. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a great film intermission. One of Colin Farrell's earlier movies where his character in the movie steals, like, I think it's a big crate of hot sauce or something like that, so he's putting it in everything just to use it up, like literally in tea and stuff like that. Sick. Is anyone on the panel getting this?
No. I can skip this one.
No, not for me, Shane. I've got the Blind Vigilante, the Frank Miller's Man Without Fear take. That, and I like the classic red suit, but the one that I want is Shadowland Daredevil. I like the black with the red accent. There's a thing, and that makes more sense to me in the Daredevil figure. I don't see this as, ketchup and mustard whatsoever. And no, we've joked, it's more like wine and mustard, or as we'd say in Scotland here, buckfast and
Buckfast. Oh my god. The tonic
Buckfast.
wine.
The monk's wine. It's that colour.
Tell you one thing.
Looks
The only people who aren't drinking it over here are monks. That stuff like is rocket fuel. It's like so popular as well. I think it maybe peaked in the noughties though. I remember in the noughties everyone used to drink that like before they went out and stuff like that.
There's a Jamaican equivalent. What's it called? Is it Jamaican? Magnum or something that the kids are. Anyway, digress, but the colour scheme doesn't work for me. I know what they were doing, they going back to the original, but I don't like this. I actually don't like the suit.
Mm-hmm.
It's not for me, if I'm being polite. I don't.
It's weird.
It doesn't look
I don't know.
great.
I actually do like the color combination. It's just I didn't care for the show, so I was never going to get it. And I don't know.
Here's
maybe
this guy that
Born
looks
Again is supposed to be great.
This guy that lurks about in the night, and he's got this bright yellow suit just to go. Ooh,
Yeah,
here
I
I
suppose. Yeah, Wolverine is very camouflaged, isn't he?
When he's in the-
Why does he get away with it?
Yeah,
He doesn't
yeah.
lurk. Yeah, true. Actually, he's kind of
He
like,
doesn't lurk about in the
alert.
night.
I'm
These
here.
are
Shoot me.
Wolverine's.
Yeah,
These
yeah,
are Wolverine's alternate colors, though. The brown and yellow, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Right.
It's true.
Plus, Wolverine's in your face. He's going, let's fucking go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Ian,
but it's like that blue Baleman that they released, and it's like the whole thing was he's fear and he's in the shadows, and it's like we can see you. Satellites from space can see you with the blue
It's
gear.
like, it's like Drax, right?
Yeah.
He's eating his sword nuts.
Yeah, the Zarg nuts.
yeah. But go on, what were you going to say there, Mike?
No, Ian, the Daredevil that you have, it's a third party. Does it have the D's on the chest? Like, that's what I want that classic suit.
No, it's the one from the Netflix show, the with Kingpin.
Oh,
with
it
the
is,
white
okay.
suit, the end. So it's the Frank Millard where he's got the scarf over his head. So I've got that. I do want the classic red,
Yeah,
but
that'd be cool.
I do want a version of Daredevil with the double D.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I think, but isn't the new show Born Again? Isn't the suit very similar, but it doesn't have the two D's on the suit?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mario keeping us all in check. He's not wrong.
The double D.
That's a good joke. The thing is, like, with the Daredevil thing, like, I suppose, you see, I'm coming from, like, a point of view of, like, my collecting's, it's rooted in TVs and movies. So,
Film.
Okay, I'm going to own it. I kind of need something to be run through the reality filter. I've said it so much that, like, one of my pet hates is when they take something directly from the comic and it simply doesn't work. Like, I do think you have to go, okay, this is the source material in the comic, but we want to put it in the real world. Okay, we need to kind of maybe, I don't know whether that's adding armor or change the colors, or there's a way of, like, running it through that reality filter so that it's like it still doesn't abandon the source material, but it still kind of works in, like, a real world setting, like, you know. So, like, otherwise something ends up looking like classic Loki, let's be honest. And while that is a cool figure and while it was great there, great Easter egg, do you really want all your superheroes wearing pajamas? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
You know, like, I like Endgame Cap. It was very close to some of the scaly source material in some of the comics, but it was still kind of more armored and almost like could work in a real world setting.
Yeah.
Other things like even the Wolverine suit. Okay, the Wolverine suit is more of a direct lift, but it's still not like, it looks more armored than, say, spandex or whatever, you know. So
Yeah, definitely. But that filter's gotten thinner over the last 25 years, right? You know, from like the all black X-Men leather.
yeah, you see, I think
I appreciate
yeah.
that we've loosened
Yeah.
up a little bit, you know, but I do like a little bit of a filter. I agree.
I know, and I 100% agree with you, because it's like, I'd say a lot of people who are like diehard X-Men comic book fans saw that suit and go, what?
Yeah.
Like, you know, give us something. Like, I don't think they should abandon the source material, but I think they should, like, take aspects and go, okay, this is going to work in a real world, we're going to change it a little bit, this bit we've got to modify or get rid of. It's probably easier with something like Batman, because Batman in general, his suit's black, like, you know, his cowl's black, and most of his 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 armor is black. Well, depending on what version. Obviously, it's grey in some versions, blue in some. To be fair, so kind of like not at that point really doesn't work all the time. To be fair, because it was actually grey a lot of the time. But I can see why they. That's a perfect example.
I think it's a great example.
The grey and the blue.
Yeah, because '89 was
so
the first time I think we saw him in an all black suit.
But then he had like a yellow belt then, which is really cool. But it was like, but like you couldn't change it now because it's just like we love it. It's that simple, like So yeah. All right. So no one on the panel getting this.
No, sir.
Is anyone in the chat getting this? So we got a pass from Calvin, a pass from Mike, a pass from Ian. Do you know what? Maybe it's because I'm not that invested in Deadpool that I'm like, oh, this kind of looks kind of cool. I outlined the bits I don't like about it, but do you know what it is? It's the colors I kind of like. Yeah. But maybe because I'm not that invested, I'm not really critical. Whereas if it's something like if the Wolverine, if I love the movie, and then they drop the Wolverine and there's the head sculpt looks like mush.
Right.
And there's stuff up with the suit, like, and it's like, oh, come on. That would be frustrating, consider how long people have waited for it. Like.
Yeah. You can't spot all the details that are off if they were, because you're not a huge fan of it. So
yeah, exactly. So, and even like with the Wolverine, it's like you will want to kind of take screenshots and kind of compare and stuff like that. Well, I think I'd only do that. I don't even know if I'd do that. I think if there was something glaringly, obviously bad about it, that would be disappointing. Do you know what I mean? Do you know when you're really looking forward to them dropping a prototype? Like, we know that yellow suit has to be coming. Like, I'm hoping they just nail the proportions, maybe give us the swap out arms so you can have them covered, or just showing off his arms as well, make them seamless.
Yeah.
Really, really good head sculpt for Hugh Jackman, and the mask. Like, they're the things I'm like, that's what you need to do. I'm hoping they don't divide that up into two figures, and you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Or mess it up.
Like a deluxe versus a standard. Is that what you mean, or?
Yeah, like I don't mind that, because you could just go for the deluxe, and then you'd have all those swap out parts and stuff like that. But yeah, I really want them to announce it, but I want them to do it right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course. Well, do you feel that like part of the fun, like I think being analytical is like the sport of this hobby, but it's not like the make or break. I think sometimes people perhaps you're watching a show on YouTube and you might take it like too serious, like, oh, they're being such jerks for nitpicking. But like, I look at it as like a spot the difference game, rather than I'm crapping on this figure. Like, you know what I mean? So there's often times where I'm like, it's not perfectly accurate, but who cares? But it's still fun to talk about.
No, I get that. No, that's exactly. I enjoy that side of things, and I suppose it comes back to the flavor of the week, or flavor of last week or the last 2 weeks, the whole INART and Hot Toys thing. It's like
they're both great.
What do you even say? Like, it's okay. Like, it's so what if you like the Hot Toys one better? So what if you like the INART one better? You don't have to go like telling people they're dumb, or
right.
Some of the posts I saw were basically attacking people. They were.
Yeah.
It was I'd imagine. I don't know.
It was Ian mostly. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Ian, man. Ian just like be on that INART page and.
Yeah, that's it.
Listen,
but with Ian was saying it in words that Americans didn't know what he was talking about, so that's how he gets away with it.
Yeah, they were saying thank you so much for that.
I have never got so many messages as the last few weeks. People screenshotting Ian's abusive comments about the INART Hot Toys debate, going, "Can you translate this?" And I was like, "Yeah, they won't understand me either." Like, you know.
I don't get involved in that shit.
Yeah, you're better off. Okay, so we've done pretty much everything. You know what? I'm gonna make a choice. I'm gonna choose. We're gonna go into the snap. Okay.
Here we
Put a
go.
bit of effort into these ones today. This first one's for you, Ian. What you're snapping is all 4 John Wick movies or all 5 Daniel Craig Bond movies. I thought that was a good one. Is he frozen or dead?
It's that good of a question.
No. I love these two IPs so much, and I appreciate you putting that up, Shane. But deep down, this is easy. See you, Keanu. You have not got a DB5, and you're not Scottish, or a Scottish element is there.
Daniel Craig's not Scottish, is he?
I guess that was where the element part came in. What's the element?
Element.
What's the
element?
Is his mother or father Scottish?
Element. Skyfall.
All right, that was a stretch, but okay, we'll allow it.
I thought you meant like there is a Scottish legacy to Bond, perhaps, right? With the
element.
Well,
it's what makes him cool.
Where was Ian Fleming from? I don't actually know. He could have been Scottish. I don't know. Is he English or?
I'm actually not sure.
Yeah.
No, he's English.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But there's a big Scottish element in Bond.
Yeah, when Skyfall, there is definitely in there. Weren't they in Scotland for that? Were they?
Yes, it's in Glencoe. I've actually got photos of me there.
And is the house they were in? Is that an actual house? Is it still standing? Or?
No, so that's played. It's really awkward to get down. It's on a single track lane. I'll send you a photo.
Cool.
I looked much better than Daniel Craig on a DB5 in his nice Tom Ford suit.
You gotta say, man, both of these men, one thing they have in common. Okay, they have a lot in common, but they're some men to wear a fashionable suit. I'll give them that. What about yourself, Calvin? Would you snap away the 5 Daniel Craig Bond movies, or would you snap away the 4 John Wick movies?
Yeah, there's a reason behind this. I was raised with Sean Connery as 007. My mom was a huge fan of his over the years. Then from there, graduated into, was it Pierce Brosnan, right?
Yeah.
So Daniel Craig, by the time his movies came out, I was already grown and doing my own thing. I think I saw What was that, Royale or something like that?
Casino
Royale. Casino Royale. I saw that one, but I really... That was a good one. I haven't seen the rest of them. I need to sit down and see the rest of them, but I haven't seen it. Now that John Wick, from the first time you saw the puppy get taken out, not to mention he drives my favorite car of all time.
Is it Mustang 67 or?
That's 67. That Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. Man. So yeah, Wick all the way. Got to do it.
I gotta say, John Wick I put it on thinking, oh, here we go, another action movie, and I fell out of love with the action movies. I kind of, for a long time, they're all kind of samey, but that one, it was so well done. I wasn't expecting it. It had no business being as good as it was, but the setup was so good. He was already depressed because he lost his wife. Then he gets the cutest puppy, who was a gift from his wife, which is already, he obviously has a connection to that. They did casting calls to find the cutest puppy for that particular role. And then the guy from Lord of the Rings is such an asshole, the way he plays the part. You just hate him. And
but real quick, it wasn't that it was just a guy from Game of Thrones. It was fucking Theon.
Exactly.
You got your manhood taken. You got the nerve to do this? Come on, man. Yeah.
But he's losing his wife is terrible. Right, then taking his car and the fact that they broke into his house, all that is awful and beating him up, but you don't kill the dog, man. No. So I saw a meme there the other day. It was someone talking to Thanos, and they said, John Wick survived the snap, and Thanos is like, and? But his dog didn't. Thanos is like,
I'm screwed.
Yeah, but Shane, in Skyfall, neither did the DB5 survive.
That's true.
You can replace a dog, but you can't replace a DB5.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh boy,
it was a special dog, man. All right, so you're snapping away the Daniel Craig Bond films, then, Calvin.
Correct. You gotta go. Sorry.
Finally, so Mike.
All right. Well, I'm gonna snap away Daniel Craig. Sorry, Ian, but I love Casino Royale, and I'll say Casino Royale is probably a better film, or definitely a better film than all 4 John Wick films. But Daniel Craig's like career as Bond goes like that for me, as far as the films go. It's not like consistently great. Whereas I love all the John Wick movies. They're just so much fun, and I love Keanu. And if I get rid of Daniel Craig, I still got Roger Moore. You know, I still got Connery. I still got the other guys. So I'm gonna snap Daniel Craig. Sorry, guys.
You're all right. No need to apologize. We don't apologize in the show.
Right.
I'm gonna snap away John Wick. I grew up with Bond, but I Daniel Craig. Even though I grew up with Connery and Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton and Brosnan, obviously Irish, I just think it wasn't Tim Craig before they really got it right. It was what I wanted to see. Like, it was kind of like Craig is to say the Bond franchise for me to what Bale is to like the Batman franchise. Like, that's just the style of movies. I just really like him. I thought he was great. A bit more real world. I like that. I liked all the movies. Quantum of Solace is probably the weakest for me. Casino Royale is probably the best. But then I really loved Skyfall, and is it No Time to Die is the last one?
No Time to Die. Yeah.
And Spectre was good. Like Quantum of Solace was still watchable, definitely, but just not as good as the other ones. I did say, I know he was from Game of Thrones. The dude, did I not say Game of Thrones? Pretty sure I said Game of Thrones.
You did.
Yeah.
I don't like that guy. He's a bad man. He's a bad man. Yeah, the action is good, Stanley, but I just I think there's more to the Bond movies in terms of storyline, personally.
Shane, you've always said there's no right or wrong on this show, but all I know tonight that there was 2 people right in the past 10 minutes. That's all I'm saying.
Listen,
love you, Michael.
There's 2 types of people in the world. There are those who think that Die Hard is a Christmas movie, and there's those who are wrong. Those who don't, so like, yeah.
Listen, I'm okay being wrong every now and then, but hey.
Yeah. Okay, everyone. Sorry, folks. We got to stop the show. I'm actually going to stop the music. God, we got to stop the show. Sorry, Jose. I'm a terrible human being.
Oh.
I'm a terrible human being. I'm so sorry.
Now, this is when we need Shane.
Shane, he was an extra in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. I wonder if I can find any abusive clips. No, don't have any. All right, yeah, I stand corrected. A man can only admit when he's wrong, as the guys from Collecting Weekly would say. Oh, look at this. Jesus.
Pile on.
About the bunch of the fellowship inside in the chat today, eh? I stand corrected. I was wrong. All right, so the reason behind this particular one is because there's this Instagram social media presence in Ireland called Joe.e, and I swear to God, I need to unfollow it. It started off really good, and just the last few years I'm noticing it's really getting clickbaity. And one of the things they put up during the week is a list of the top 10 war films of all time, right? Just before we go into the snap here, besides these 2, what other good war films are there? Anyone, just shout them out, folks. Put them in the chat as well. What are like really good war films?
Like
Good Apocalypse
Now.
Vietnam.
Apocalypse Now was on it, yeah. What did you say, Ian?
It was Good Morning Vietnam.
Don't think that was actually on it, but yeah.
Heartbreak Ridge. I love that.
I think that was on it.
There's so many that.
Apocalypse Now. I'm seeing Boba Fettuccine. Yeah, absolutely.
Apocalypse Now. Bridge over River Kwai.
I think that might have been on it. Fury was on it.
Full Metal
Dunkirk
Jacket
was on it. Full Metal Jacket was on it. My point is, Platoon wasn't on it.
Mm-hmm.
I just on what, I don't know.
Yeah.
On what planet do you do a top 10 war films of all time? Platoon? Am I wrong? Like, is Platoon not as good as I think it is? Platoon was stable. I thought.
Yeah.
But,
I think so too. I don't know why that wouldn't be on it. Maybe there's an Oliver Stone bias there or something. I don't know.
maybe I. Then again, I only looked at it once. I was kind of I flicked it through, but I just thought, oh, yeah, surely. My question in my head was, what position is Platoon going to be in? Yeah. And as I got closer to 1, I was like, okay, maybe they did give it number 1. I expected it to be like, there.
And let's not forget the classic Tropical Thunder.
Tropical, yes.
Oh, where's Jose?
Jose!
Oh, he's not going to like that.
Tropical Thunderous.
Oh, God. Yeah. This is like
the dude playing the dude.
Tropical Thunder. Is that the name of a movie or a cocktail?
We're a stripper.
Oh, that's gas, man. I would actually snap Saving Private Ryan here. I know, controversial. They're two amazing movies. There's no right answers.
Oh, man.
What do you think, folks?
Yeah. Well, if this was between Tropical Thunder and Shaving Ryan's Privates, I wouldn't know which one to choose. But I'm probably gonna keep Saving Private Ryan and snap Platoon. Yeah, just because the impact Private Ryan had on me in theaters as back in the day.
Some great suggestions coming in here. Black Hawk Down, American Sniper, Tropical Thunder's the Scottish version.
And folks, The Covenant, Guy Ritchie movie, awesome.
So
Deer Hunter. I want to throw Deer Hunter in there. I don't know if that was in the list, Shane. It's one of my favorites.
I don't actually think it was, which is weird. Like, I suppose they're all just subjective, really. But
Empire Strikes as Predator, yeah, because it's like Vietnam adjacent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, Ian, did you say what you do, or
no? This is a good one.
I'm surprised someone in the chat hasn't said, well, one of them's Vietnam, one of them's World War II. You can't really compare them, but I think that makes it more difficult.
No, they're so different. But
this has to be a joke. Which movie is that again? Is it Cameron Diaz in that or what?
No, that's Jennifer Aniston.
Right. Oh, that's good. That's comedy gold right there. Oh, that's brilliant.
I've got a story about that. I'll tell you backstage. Anyway, so
I am glad you recognised that story was inappropriate. If you're not saying it must be bad, can't wait to hear it. Anyway, which one of these would you snap? Anyone?
I'm snapping Saving Private Ryan because I'd watch Platoon year on year, and I wouldn't do that with Saving Private Ryan. And I love these two movies, so that's my choice.
Yeah.
Calvin?
I'm Saving Ryan's Private, but just because I've never seen Platoon.
Good a reason as any. Good a reason as any.
I'm gonna say
they actually saved the whole brother. Like,
the whole set? Is it the whole set or just?
But as you guys were talking, I looked it up. The cast looks phenomenal. So this is on my list to go see. I'm trying to get this in this week for Platoon.
I think it's
I'll definitely be looking for it.
One of William Dafoe's best roles, I think.
Yeah, he was the first image to pop up, and young Dafoe is at that. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But no, Saving Private Ryan, definitely. I'd have to save that one.
Yep, no problem. So this one is I like to kind of like when the hype is real about something and then something else comes along, I like to kind of go, okay, we'll see how much you really like that. So everyone was ranting and raving about the INART Batman, including myself, and I think it looks amazing. And we've all seen the videos now as well, the reviews, the Justin and Jedd's reviews, like nice hour-long reviews, really chill out, have a cup of tea, whatever, and take it all in. So thanks to them for doing that. So like, if you had to choose one, let's just say the rooted INART or the sculpted INART single, or the now unannounced Hugh Jackman yellow suit Wolverine. Let's just say the head sculpt's phenomenal. They give you the swap out arms for the sleeveless and the sleeve look, and they give you the mask as well. Let's just, and a decent base. Let's just go with that. But you have to snap one of them away, turn them to dust, and keep the other one. I know what Ian's going to say. Ian, you can go first because I know that your one's going to be a straightforward, easy one.
You did say INART Batman, right?
I did.
Yeah. So it's easy. I'm not getting INART Batman. I've got Hot Toys Batman, so that can go. All day Hugh Jackman Wolverine. Here we go.
What about yourself, Calvin? The choice to the INART, just say like a single pack, rooted or sculpt, whatever one you want. Snap that away into dust, or snap the yellow suit, surely upcoming, soon to be announced, yellow suit Wolverine.
I've got enough Batman, so I gotta snap Batman.
Okay, and Mike?
Yep, same here. I'd snap this Batman.
Yeah. I gotta admit, man, I think I'd have to do the same thing as well. I think I'd have to do the same thing. Pick up the Hot Toys one, which is actually story about that. I'm on a little side note. I'm gonna do this in 30 seconds or less. So less. If you've been following the channel, you know that I do not buy from Toys Wonderland. That I used to, but then I had an issue with the INART Joker. Cancelled the INART Joker, got the money back and said, right, I'm not buying from anymore. At the time, there was 2 figures that I'd fully paid off, and I goes, right, I'm going to let them run. One of them was this Ahsoka that's behind me, so I was waiting on the Hot Toys Deluxe Batman, the Batman with, the deluxe modular base and the signal, the entire set. And I got an email saying it's going to be shipping the week, which is great. But I've decided that I'm going to go INART on this. It's purely a monetary decision. I've looked at all the reviews and everything that I've got my hands on, looked at all the photos, and I decided, right, I don't need both sets, so I'm going to go for the INART rooted, or maybe get the signal as well. So if anyone wants the other one, if wants to buy it off me, I'll do it for retail. So yeah, just, I know, on the off chance, hit me up. Obviously, it probably doesn't matter to people in Canada or the States because the shipping will probably be expensive or something like that. But if someone is dying for that, I'll sell it for retail plus shipping. So I don't know. I think I have an Irish buyer anyway, but I just said I'd throw it out there if anyone is looking for that. So yeah, hit me up on Instagram if you're keen. I'm sure I won't have a problem getting rid of it anyway. Yeah, so that was a bit of a win for the week. All right. Let's have a look at, really quickly, folks, got to go through some basic stuff. I didn't do it at the start. So we're at 3,273 subscribers. Greatly appreciated. I really didn't think the channel would get over 100 subs, to be honest. So thank you very much. Shout out to the channel members really quickly. We've got Figurecraft. So there's 2 different tiers. The troopers are Figurecraft. The movie canon, Howard Potts, Kenneth Jacobson, Danny Spotchka, Ian, aka Agent Silverfox, is also on the panel. Jose G, the fact checker, Hernandez, Game of Thrones, current face-off champion, Brian Wong. I was gonna make a joke about Ian putting his kids through college, but I need new material. Next week. Stay in next week. The Ben Thomas Show, Eddie Money Mendez, Caffeinated Comic Fan, Jim Collector, Lancelot's Nerd Corner, Mugwump, Mike L, Ryan Smith, and I do believe we have an updated version of the Commander's kind of outro, because there was a new channel member during the week. So there's one video during the week, Triple D, Darkseid Droids Daredevil. So just kind of some thoughts on release and stuff like that. It's definitely outdated now. I think we're nearly done now. I think the only thing, there's two more things to talk about. One is the crystal ball, and then one is the reel with the downward thumb there. So, anyone want to pick?
The reel. Let's go for it.
Okay, so instead of like giving movie recommendations, we're going to do the complete opposite. What movie that you think is awful, that you literally would not, you encourage people actively not to watch and for them to save time? Anyone want to go first?
I need a second on this one here.
No, I'll go first. I'll go straight in. I will go balls deep on this one, Shane.
Go on.
And I'm going to slag off your fellow Irishman here.
Yeah. Okay. I'll
So-
have the block button ready for you. Go on, yeah.
There's many movies that were not good. So I love the original Roadhouse movie, Patrick Swayze, Sam Neill.
Okay, I can see where this is going.
It's a particular favourite of mine. Coming of age type of movie, all that stuff. So there's a reason I'm picking Roadhouse 2024, and it's one. The major reason is Conor McGregor. I used to love him when he was young, upcoming MMA fighter, all that stuff. This guy, so if anybody doesn't know, he was the highest paid actor on his first time appearance in history in this movie. $5.5 million. To walk about like that.
I'm so glad that you did that. That I'm going to clip and gift that.
Right?
I'm going to enhance it. Yeah,
And what pissed me off, I'm a big Jake Gyllenhaal fan. I think he's a brilliant actor. He's a great human being. I think the director's weak, and they overpaid this guy, who originally it was put to Ronda Rousey. So she, whatever happened, and then Conor McGregor came in, and it's a lackluster action movie. Don't like it. If anybody's seen it, in fact, I won't spoil it because there's no spoiler. It's dog shit. Conor McGregor died in that movie, and at the end of it, he's clearly got weight. One, getting $5.5 million to play such a shit show part, and then he wakes up in the hospital with his bare arse, walking again like that. What a joke! See, if I was an actor, I would be pissed off. That's why that movie is shit.
Tell us how you
It's
really
shit.
I haven't seen it and I won't watch it, but I've seen all of like the funny reels and memes, and I'm glad the movie exists just so I could see them, just like people doing the walk and stuff like that.
Right.
I echo your sentiment. I thought when he first came on the scene, like I admire the graft and the training you put in to build up your skill set, and like he's too heavy to be fighting at 145. That's skin and bone for his height. He's like he's 5'9", which is not particularly tall, but he's 145 is you look like a junkie like when you're weighing in, like.
Yeah.
So I admire all that, like that discipline, but he kind of somewhere along the lines it just all kind of I wouldn't be a fan, but yeah, look, I won't be watching that one anyway. Mike.
Well, that passion's a hard act to follow, but I'll follow it with a franchise I am passionate about, and that is Alien, and I'm going to say Alien Resurrection. So
That's a great one, man, because I'm right there with you.
Yeah. You know, I know a lot of people have very strong feelings about Alien 3, but it still works as a cohesive trilogy if you want to introduce somebody to it. Resurrection just such a disservice to the Ripley character, and it was just the wrong director. It just doesn't work for me on any level. I just don't like it, and I hate basketball in the future. Like, it's just so, I don't even like that they did it in Prometheus. Like, for some reason, basketball hoops and an orange basketball, just it's not 2100 whatever. It just doesn't work for me. I know that's like a silly thing to say you don't like, but I don't like the names, the days of the week in songs. Hate that. Hate songs with the days of the week in them. And I hate basketball in futuristic movies.
They're like the most niche hates that I've ever heard.
But
it's funny.
Yeah.
I agree on. I know a lot of people didn't like Alien 3 because the tone was so different. They're following Alien 2, but like, or Aliens, like they I don't think they'd be able to top the action from Aliens, so they went in a different direction. I heard a really good. I still appreciate Alien 3 for what it was, and I think they tied it up nicely. Yes, it's not. Every trilogy has one movie which is a bit weaker, and doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad movie. But I heard a really good kind of analytic of like the trilogy, that the first one, every movie latched onto a main theme of the world. For example, like the first one was commerce and business, and the way the guys were so obsessed about getting their bonus and stuff like that, and they were just in charge of shipping something from A to B. It was a business thing. They were putting themselves in that situation regardless of the dangers. The second one, war, and the third one, religion. So it was like these three different big. I thought that was really interesting. Like, but I just thought that the fourth one was very much I know, written for 15-year-old boys or something like that. But I don't know, wasn't. That's I would agree with that, man. My one, I'm really like the Blair Witch Project 2.
I haven't seen that one, but I'll take your word for it.
Don't. Yeah, like whether you like the first one or not, like, and it's not for everyone. Some people get motion sickness watching that. It's only like an hour and a half long. It's like found footage, but it was the first kind of one we had. It was in the cinema. Is it real or not? But I kind of thought the first one was quite good and unique for what it was.
Absolutely.
But the second one, nothing like that at all. Terrible. I've one more. Lady in the Water by M. Night Shyamalan. I can't pronounce it.
Well.
I was a fan. I really liked M. Night, what he did with obviously The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
I didn't even mind The Village. I thought Unbreakable was awesome.
I did.
A lot of people. I loved Unbreakable.
I like it a lot.
100%.
Yeah.
Shane, have you seen The Happening?
Oh damn!
Oh my
That's
God.
not great. That's not great. Yeah.
Can I throw up a recent one? It might divide things. Argyle.
I
haven't seen it, but I know it. I know of it. Yeah.
Garbage. It's got a great cast: Sam Rockwell, Henry Cavill. It is clunky. It's like a typical. It's like, I love the spoof action comedy. You go back to Police Squad and Naked Gun, and there's certain things that you can do really well. This was a movie that they had 6 writers in a room.
Yeah.
Throwing things together. It was clunky. I didn't
You've
even
just
watch
described every single MCU program.
Post.
The
No Way
TV
Home.
show? Yeah, right. Phase, whatever phase we're in now, yeah.
But
Ian,
it
that
was-
film, I
it was
heard... Yeah, like, it's almost like it was so bad. I read an article that said, like, does Henry Cavill have to worry that this is a career killer? Like, it was that bad.
And this is what bothers me about that movie. I really like him, and
Yeah,
I
he's
actually
great.
saw him as a future Bond.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
No,
But
I don't see that.
He's like
No,
box
We
office
can agree to
power
disagree.
now. Yeah.
But I did
You can be
go,
wrong,
but
Shane.
yeah. My man.
I don't think Henry Cavill is a particularly convincing actor. Like, he's convincing as Superman because he is Superman. He's 6 foot something tall. He's a very handsome man. He's got the chiseled looks. He's built like a brick shit house. He was born to play Superman.
Yeah.
But as Bond, I don't know. I think there has to be a bit more. I can't imagine him running. Like, I don't know.
Right. So Tom Cruise is your ideal Bond, is that what it is?
No, he's too short. I just say, I don't know. Maybe it'll be hard to when someone does something so well like Craig did. In my opinion, it's hard to start again fresh.
Mm-hmm.
I actually like the idea Aaron Taylor Johnson. I never thought I would. I always said, okay, Kick-Ass, that's really funny. But then I saw him in I think it was Tenet or something else. I was like, dude, man, the guy's grown up. Like, he's
Yeah.
he's proper kind of like burly like SWAT team guy, I could kind of see it then. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
sorry, Ian, I cut you off.
No, and unless there's any casting agents watching, the name's Fox. Agent Silver Fox.
Yeah.
Oh, wish money penny.
I'm sure they're all watching.
You've got the accent. You just need the lisp.
Yeah. The last thing then is the crystal ball. Now look, I know we shouldn't get our hopes up, but it's fun to make predictions for May 4th. So like, what we're doing here is try to have two different types of predictions. You can have as many as you want, but like dreams and reality. What do you think could realistically be announced, and then what do you think you would like to be announced? What do you think, Calvin? Anything you think's going to be announced for May 4th, or have they already dropped out all those things?
Where's Slave Leia at?
Do you think it's going to happen? Is that's
I'm
your
looking for
that's
them
your
cheeks. Where's Carrie Fisher and them cheeks at? Where was it at? Because
Never.
every
Hey,
time I go to a con,
Calvin,
I see grown ass
Calvin,
men
you
dressed
can't
like
say
her all
that.
the time. So it's clearly I can't say cheeks.
Can't say that anymore. Please, come on. You can't say
Okay,
it's-
what's the politically correct term?
Hut Slayer. Or Hut.
The gluteus maximus and minimus.
Funny story
Hey.
about that. Dude, I was
Brother, Calvin, I'm with you.
I was at a comic shop talking to a guy and his kid, and I meant to say Hut Slayer Leia, and I said Slut Layer Leia.
oh
And I was
my
like,
god!
I immediately just like wanted to crawl under a table.
So you can't go back there anymore.
No, I'm
basically,
banned.
yeah. I would have thrown you out too, man. So what do you think? What do you think? Like, okay, so obviously would that be that's one that's not going to happen. Like, but that'd be one you'd want to be released. What about actually realistically? What do you think they're going to do?
Dark Side Ray. I would love to see that one. I know it's just a snippet show, but I would like to see that.
Okay. What about yourself, Ian?
So, are you saying like wish or realistically?
No, as in like, okay, yeah, both. As in like, what do you think they could actually do? Knowing Hot Toys likes their 2.0s and they're doing this Power of the Dark Side thing, but then also wonder, like, you know what? I know they're not going to do this, but I really want them to do it. Like the Hut Slayer Leia or Slave Leia, whatever you want to call her, like that would be one that they're definitely not going to do, but I think a lot of people would get her because, you know, Return of the Jedi, it's such an iconic scene. If you had the Sideshow Jabba the Hutt, or if they do the Jabba the Hutt, it would just look great together.
For me, I've got all the I'll collect OT. I've got all the OT figures I want. So if they do 2.0s, I'm happy for those people. But I want the new figures in the OT that we've not got yet. So that's what I'd go for. Bush Leia, Gamorrean guards. Give me everything that I had, the little Kenner figures. I'll buy those. That's what I want. Doesn't matter what it is. But Calvin, I agree with you. I'll go for, let's call it the Jabba Leia. So I'm all for that.
Cheeky
That's
Leia.
what I would. Yeah, cheeky Leia. I'm all for that. I would love that. I want to see that shelf. I want to see Jabba's palace in my collection room. Bush. That's what I want. Bush.
What about
Did you see that? A little pun. A little pun there. Bush. Come on.
right? I'm actually going to remove you, right?
You need the clip of him walking like that with the voiceover Bush. That's what I want.
Can I do it again? Can we clip it? $5.5 million.
What makes it
for this,
funnier is
please.
that whatever your camera, it's almost like it's, I know, concave or something, so you look really far away or something. Mike, what do you think they're actually going to do, and what do you think like you'd want them to do?
Well, yeah, I would love to see them complete that Jabba's Lair scenario. But I think it might be the Emperor and Luke Return of the Jedi. You know, I think they might do that because we've got the Vader, and we are in the dark side situation happening right now. It seems like they're trying to give us those. So the Emperor would be great, and they've teased him many times. And then We do need that Luke, don't we? Need that Return of the Jedi Luke? I mean, I do.
They've done it, but it
yeah.
wasn't. The head sculpt it's probably looking dated now, to be quite honest. Like, you know,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
So I think maybe those two.
Okay. Just wait.
Let's fucking go.
We have a super chat. I'm loving that new thing. So Phil, thanks very much for the £5 super chat. And it says all my OT figures are Empire Strikes Back. So hopefully more of the same. Do you mean like you want more Empire Strikes Back, or you want more? Yeah, as in like you, if they do 2.0s, you don't have to get them and you'll save money, or do you want more Empire Strikes Back? Let us know. And also, thank you for the £5 super chat, Phil. Hopefully we'll see you on here next week. God, I would have made it for... you know the droids thing they shared? I know R2-D2 has been released already several times, but I think they might actually do like a Return of the Jedi R2-D2 because it's easy for them and they like doing things that are easy. They've done a 40th anniversary C-3PO. I know we're past the point of the 40th anniversary, but they could do a Return of the Jedi R2-D2 with the tray and stuff from the sail barge like Sideshow did, and then you could pair that Return of the Jedi C-3PO. I mean, they doesn't have to brand a 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi. They could just do what they did with the Han Solo. They just did. No one cares about the 40. It doesn't have to be 40th anniversary once you get it. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's something they could do because it's a type of thing that I can vision them doing. People going, "What, another R2?" But I do think people are still waiting for the original trilogy one because, like, I know I want the original trilogy R2 to go with C-3PO, and you know I would entertain the thought of going back and finding the deluxe original trilogy one, but I think they might actually do. That's one I think they realistically may do.
Yeah.
I think at 2.0 the Emperor's coming.
Yeah, I think so too.
They put up that thing recently, so I think that's going to happen.
You know, Mario in the chat just reminded me too, and speaking of these anniversaries expiring, who really cares, right? I mean, Hot Toys doesn't care. I think we could still get some more Clone Wars characters like Savage Opress and Asajj Ventress. With the dark side stuff going on right now, those would be great characters to get.
Yeah, but could be.
I do see that Emperor coming.
Yeah. In terms of okay, what I want them to do. I want them to. Everyone's kind of anticipating the 2.0s of A New Hope. Everyone is anticipating it. It's going to happen eventually. It's just a question when they start. They'll probably start for the 50th anniversary, but A New Hope Leia, either with like the much improved sculpted bagels, because like let's face it, their sculpting is a lot better now than it was then. Their paint apps are better now than it was then. The face will be better. I heard the dress, so a lot of people go and buy custom dresses for that. That's the Leia I want. But I it's kind of a wish. I can see them doing it. Maybe not this year, but for the 50th anniversary, maybe they do it an artisan. Could you even do that with the artisan rooted hair? Would it unfold? Who knows? But I do think we're going to see a 2.0 of that eventually.
But I would love for that to be announced in like next year, not in the 50th year, because then you got to wait. You know what I'm saying?
Announce it now so it will come out for 2027. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what I go to. Yeah.
Can I throw something controversial? In fact, I will do it. Let me say something controversial.
Is this controversial that I get flagged and banned from YouTube, or just controversial because like figure controversial? Do you know what? Actually, sorry. Can I before you start talking? Right, I sound like I'm about to scold them. We hear that word a lot. The controversy. Palestine is controversial. That's what controversial. Racism is controversial. Which bloody Batman sculpt is better is absolutely not controversial. Like it's hilarious. Like real issues. People bloody starving. The cost of living is controversial. Religion can be controversial. hate crimes are controversial. Like I said, I'm not having a dig at you, Ian. I'm just saying, like, you know, that gets thrown around again. Oh, big controversy, and it's like,
Totally
which figures you like? You know, but, sorry, go on.
Totally agree. But in our space that we're talking here, because we're not allowed to talk about politics and religion.
No, that's true. That's good.
And all that stuff.
Keep it collecting.
You know,
keep it collecting.
You know, so we keep it into this. So the controversy is in this bubble.
I like that. The bubble verse. The bubble versary. There's a word there. We're going to work on that. Controversy in the bubble.
Anyway, you've now distracted me, and I don't know where I'm going with this.
Oh, Mike, I'm one step ahead of you. Definitely.
Fuck, where was I going with this?
I like this side of Ian. We call this Ian has entered confused mode. He
Dementia Ian.
Dial up internet sound.
This is battle damaged Ian.
Right, somebody remind me where we're back. I've had a bad day today, so just where were we? I had a train of thought, but the Irish wanker curtailed me.
Do you have Irish blood? I think he's talking about you. Big one.
I might, yeah. I'll take it. It's not the first time I've been called that word.
It's a term of endearment here. What are you going to say? What's the latest controversy?
He's frozen. What were we Jose,
properly lost my train of thought.
Jose, what was he going to say?
Calvin, do you have jump leads in that truck? Because I think Ian needs them.
Yeah, we need a fact check on Ian's thoughts.
Yeah.
Somebody in the chat, I know you love me, help me out.
We were saying what we would like to see versus what we think we'll see. Gosh, is...
You're as bad as me.
Oh, I know. This is what they would call dead air on the...
We've not even got the teacher to help us out.
Okay, Grant. We were saying that I would like a New Hope 2.0 of Leia with the bagels kind of hairstyle, or maybe it's... And then you're saying, now I'm going to say something controversial. I think maybe you're talking about 2.0s or something like that.
Yeah.
It was to do with 2.0s. What was that?
2.0.
Oh, please take your time.
So here's the thing that I've noticed, right? And this is no offence to anybody. Everybody that wants 2.0s is because they've missed the original, right? And that's great. And I don't want anybody to miss out on that. But there's the new collectors that want the 2.0s. That for certain bits. That's where it's at. And then I feel that the longer term collectors are like, yeah, okay, we can 2.0s, you can have that. But the new collectors then want the new figures, new stuff, the new IP. There's certain things, for me, what I'm trying to say is there's not a balance. So I'm happy with 2.0s, so everybody's jumping on the bandwagon of there's not a lot of source material just now. Let's get 2.0s. No, I want balance. So we want new figures. We've got Starkiller, we've got Revan. This is good. Balance it with 2.0s. Don't just go back, oh, I'm a new collector. I've not seen all these figures before. I want this. We need this. And that's what I've seen more. There's a lot of new collectors throwing the 2.0s out. And I don't think it's deserved. And I'll tell you this right now. Dooku, it does not need a 2.0. It doesn't need pairs. It doesn't. It does not need pairs to make that a great figure. Tarkin, it does not need that. It's just because you want it, but you don't
Star
want
Wars
to
grails
pay
that you were
that
talking about
price.
last week, I think they're all going to be 2.0, and I can't wait.
And if they're 2.0, that's great because I don't want one up on another collector. I'm not that type of guy. Just everybody be happy, but don't go 2.0, 2.0, but I want this new stuff. So, because you don't want to pay the price of a collectible figure. There's a bit of irony that I'm seeing. So
my take on 2.0 is really, really simple.
That's my controversy.
I don't care. I don't care if they 2.0 something from 5 years ago. I don't care if they 2.0 the DX13 behind me. As soon as I give my money away, I'm buying that version. That money is gone. I've accepted that money is gone, and they could reissue this. I learned that a long time ago with the 3 3/4 inch figures. You'll never be done. And then when I graduated into this, it was like, okay, you started seeing the 2.0s and the reissues and stuff like that, and I'm like, okay, they're a business, they're going to make money, so get comfortable with it. Your Grail of Grails can be reissued today.
Yeah.
Like, it's a risk no matter what it is. I think, like, that Han Solo Return of the Jedi, okay, it's not a 2.0, but they've done it again when people said they'd never done. That Nicholson DX08, can't rule that out being 2.0. And if it is, fair enough. That Mark 6 behind me, it's going for 1,000 on eBay. If maybe about a year ago, then they 2.0'd it. I'm comfortable with that as the game we're in. They're not numbered. They're a business. They're going to keep churning them out. And I've accepted that. As soon as I hand the money over, in that moment in time, I'm buying that version. And I'm comfortable with that. And I realize I probably won't get that money back in the future. I've just made my peace with it, I guess. A bit zen with that.
Yeah.
So, you know.
All I'm saying is Evil Sneaker's correct. You are correct.
What do you say?
I could.
You think he's correct because he's giving you a compliment, right? That's
No,
why you think he's correct.
He's correct because he's correct.
But then, like, by that logic, like, okay, like, just again, back to my original point, I don't care what they 2.0. Genuinely don't care. Like, that was one of my favorite figures, and they 2.0 or reissued, whatever you call it. So, I don't care. But, like, this here, the Dooku, like, you're saying you don't think it deserves a 2.0. Ian's agreeing with you. But they're just going to probably do it, move the eyes, give it the rolling eyes, and then give it a USB lightsaber. That's realistically whether you or Steve or anyone else thinks it doesn't
balance.
matter. They're going to
balance.
do it.
Shane,
They may
here's
do
my
it. They
point.
may do it.
Where you look at, everybody talks about the best head sculpts in Star Wars figures, right? Tarkin, Dooku, they're amazing. They were must-haves for me, you know. Not because Star Wars as well, because they're, you know, the horror movie lore. I wanted those guys in my collection, and they're great figures for not even having pairs. So it's balance. So don't go cheap and throw this year in terms of there's less source material and do 2.0s.
Go deeper into
balance.
They're already doing that. The armored Batman.
I was going to bring that one up. Yeah.
But look at all the figures we've not got that the community want that we've not got. So balance it out. Yeah, give the people that have not got the 1.0s a 2.0. But then supplement it with all the new the figures that we've not got. Jesus Christ, Michelle Pfeiffer, Catwoman, a proper licensed 1/6 scale.
Actually, all of the Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz, while you're at it there too.
Yeah,
of course.
Yeah. Especially when we're in the age of like lower batch.
You're talking sense.
Yeah.
Yes, Stanley.
And you're talking sense. Yeah, it's a great shirt. You're talking sense, Ian. I see what you're saying. I get it, and I wish that the world was like that, the Hot Toys world. But I think I'm more gonna go. It's not like that. We get glimmers of bits of hope, but a lot of time we just get a rake of 2.0s. For every like 2.0, 5 2.0s, 10 2.0s, we get something like brand new, which is like did not see that coming. Like,
well, Steve Jobs said, we make. This is not an exact quote, but like we make products that people don't realize they absolutely need until we make them. So it's, with the armored Batman, that's the first 2.0 that I guess like burned me. I mean, I don't consider it that. I bought it last year. I love it. But I looked at that and I was like, if they 2.0 this, who cares? Because this one's perfect. And then I look at the 2.0 and I'm like, oh man, the scaling's a little better. There's diecast helmet. It's got this and that. You know what? I'll put the battle damage on that one and I'll keep both of them. And so you can rationalize as a collector all you want. So I don't know.
And like
it's always perfect until they show you it wasn't.
I can see that as well. I mean, like, as well as that, there's a reason why they compare the new with the old new, we'll say. But like, I can even hear people kind of going like, oh well, Shane, like, you're saying you don't care about him until it happens to you. Well, the DX19's getting an upgrade. There was a very small gap between the DX19 and the new one, which is improved. They literally did those shots where they had the armory and they showed you the new what the new one's going to be like and why it's more accurate, and they just done the DX19. So that's one. I just mentioned the Mark 6 then behind me. I have the Beskar Mando, then I've got the Chrome version. The one we're talking about, I have the battle damage armored Batman, now the new one, but I don't feel like hard done by, because it's just like I've accepted a long time ago that's the way it is. That's unfortunately that's the way it is. I wish they'd do more what Ian's saying, but I just don't think they're going to do them,
because Ian's not taking a no 2.0 stance. It's just a balance. Yeah.
He wants them to maybe spend sometimes doing the 2.0s or improvements when warranted, and sometimes making stuff that we don't have that people are crying out for.
And here's the thing: the reason behind I'm saying this, one, from a personal point of view of a collector, I still hope that 10 years I'm still doing what I'm doing. But you've got the collecting community. It doesn't matter what it is. So 1/6 scale figures, people drop in and drop out. So you've got to cater for people that want the 2.0s or 3.0s or Iron Man 5.0s, whatever the hell it is, right? But then give us
the Mark 85.0
figures that we've not got. So it's, they've got to look at the whole. So it's like a distribution model, right? It's not fixed. It shifts, and they've got to get that balance right.
Okay, I think we'll leave it at that. So, anyone have anything they want to kind of highlight, advertise, plug anything before we call it?
Can I just show you what I got today?
Of course you
can. I got this from Sideshow Seconds. Can you tell what it is?
Is it a cape there?
Oh, Grievous.
Oh, yeah. You're a brave man. Man.
I know. And listen, I'm showing it to you without a top on it because this is how it arrived. There's so I'm already up to a bad start.
Had no top, no cover, like.
Yeah. So it's just in a brown box, like this. Yeah.
Sideshow Seconds, Sideshow. You got Sideshow Fifths, man.
Yeah.
It's like
of this figure too, right? So, oh boy.
Yeah, you're a gambler.
Yeah, I really am. Luckily, it was a really good deal. So because it was on sale, plus the Sideshow Seconds, so they stack the promos, right? So yeah, I got it for a good price, but I know what I'm getting into. But speaking of 2.0s, actually, it would be a 1.0 from Hot Toys, but we could use that, I think, for sure.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think anyone will complain if they did that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Good stuff.
In fact, all the bounty hunters from Sideshow.
Yeah. Yeah, basically 1.0 Hot Toys, the Sideshow figures. Yeah.
Give me all of them, please.
All right, folks. Well, I'm going to hit the hay. Unless anyone else has a show or a channel they want to plug or anything. Calvin, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here. Nothing to necessarily plug. Just thanks for having me on, guys. Had a good time with you guys today. Glad I was able to catch you guys today.
Always great talking to you, Calvin.
Absolutely.
Likewise, bro.
Thanks very much for answering the call and coming in. So that's pretty much it. So gonna leave it there. And remember, folks, controversy.